In 1948, the world stood on the brink of disaster. The Soviet Union had cut off all land and water routes to West Berlin, trapping over 2 million people. Supplies of food, fuel, and medicine were running out. It seemed like the city would fall. But then, an extraordinary plan was launched. The Berlin Airlift. For 11 months, airplanes flew non-stop, delivering everything a city needed to survive. This is the story of how airplanes saved a city and reshaped the world. After World War II, Germany was divided into 4 occupation zones controlled by the Allies: the United States, Britain, France, and the Soviet Union. Berlin, though deep in Soviet territory, was also divided. Tensions were high, and in June 1948, those tensions boiled over. The Soviets blocked all rail, road, and canal access to West Berlin, aiming to force the Allies out. With no way to bring in supplies, the people of West Berlin faced starvation. The Allies had a choice: abandon Berlin or find another way to supply the city. The solution was radical. Instead of using roads or rails, they would use the sky. Every 45 seconds, a plane would land in Berlin, bringing in everything from coal to candy. It was a logistical nightmare. The operation would require thousands of flights, tons of cargo, and unwavering determination. They called it Operation Vittles. The airlift began on June 26, 1948. American and British planes flew in from bases in West Germany, landing at Tempelhof, Gottow, and Tegel airports in Berlin. At its peak, more than 1,400 flights a day brought supplies into the city. Pilots navigated dangerous weather, mechanical failures, and Soviet harassment. Yet, the airlift kept going, delivering coal, flour, and even milk. Pilots like Gail Halvorsen became heroes, known for their candy drops to Berlin's children. The Berlin Airlift wasn't without its challenges. Harsh winter weather grounded flights. Runway accidents were common as planes landed and took off in rapid succession. The Soviets tried to intimidate the Allies with fighter jet flyovers and propaganda, but the Allies adapted. Engineers built a new airport at Tegel in just 90 days, and pilots worked around the clock to keep the planes moving. The airlift proved that airplanes could supply an entire city, a feat never before attempted. By May 1949, the Soviets lifted the blockade, realizing their plan had failed. The Berlin Airlift became a symbol of Allied resolve and the growing divide between East and West. It marked the beginning of the Cold War and the formation of NATO. For the people of Berlin, it was a life lineage, a lesson in resilience. The Berlin Airlift wasn't just about saving a city. It was about proving that freedom and unity could overcome even the most daunting challenges. It demonstrated the power of logistics, determination, and human ingenuity. In the end, the planes didn't just carry supplies, they carried hope. And that hope kept Berlin alive.